Hi, I'm Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. And this is a special edition because it's February and it's Black History Month.
Exactly, and I'm excited about it.
All right, we've got some great things coming up. First of all, of course, we're in the middle of town cycling. So we've got a segment coming up talking about some special things that are going on. You also did an interview with MSD about...
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? And we've got a segment coming up with the Harlem Globetrotters. And it's always special when we catch up with them. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
We're always working hard to make your life a little easier because we know you've got your hands full. Our new mobile app gives you the power to check your account balance, review your payment history, and effortlessly pay your bill from anywhere while making it easier than ever to report and track power outages. Download the app today to get the convenience of LG&E and KU at your fingertips.
So Denise, you got an opportunity to catch up with MSD, so tell us what's going on.
Yeah, this is a really interesting segment for me because every year MSD offers a great opportunity to contractors and vendors, and it's called Can You Dig It? So let's just take a look. So it's that time for another segment with MSD. They provide safe, clean waterways. We're here at an event that's called Can You Dig It? This event provides a lot of opportunities to make connection with contractors, but there's a specific importance of range of material that goes along with it, I'll say, and we're going to find out about that. First of all, I want to introduce you again to the Executive Director, Mr. Tony Parrott. And Mr. Parrott, welcome once again.
Thank you for having us on Urban Lifestyles.
Thank you. So I love this event. It comes every year, and it provides the contracting opportunities, but I love the criteria around that. So let's speak to that and why it's so important.
It's important because, you know, MSD, in terms of our large infrastructure program, we spend over $200 million a year on construction, and we need to have local companies, local contractors available to do the work. And we also need to introduce new businesses, new small businesses, new minority-owned businesses, and women-owned businesses into our program. So it's a good opportunity for them to come and meet our prime contractors, but it's also a good opportunity for them to learn about the projects that we have on schedule and then the projects and the opportunities that they may have to partner with some of these other firms. We have major construction firms, we also have professional engineering and design firms, and we have a lot of other small businesses that provide a lot of commodity services, whether it be electrical or maintenance or painting or fences or gravel or concrete, truck drivers. So it's an opportunity for all of us to get together to make sure that everybody is working together to build partnerships and to make sure that we're giving opportunities for local businesses and creating jobs as well.
Wonderful. I would say that's a big plus for our community. Now, I know that we can peel back the layers in regards to some of the, I'm gonna call it the nuts and bolts that makes this event so successful in regards to that. Therefore, I want to introduce you to Miss Renee Lindsay. And Renee, welcome back again.
Thank you for having us.
So we're going to peel back the layers and dig down deeper, if you will, into the nuts and bolts of making this all come about.
Well, this is our 9th year of Can You Dig It? So, and again, the purpose of this was originally to let the business community know about opportunities. We wanted them to know our program of work. As Mr. Parrott mentioned, we spend over $200 million annually. This is an opportunity for people to plan for this work. We provide information about what projects are coming up, what quarter they're coming in so that they can truly plan for that work. We also want them to know about our supplier diversity program and what those requirements are, because we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to work with us. So we try to bring people together to make those types of connections. In the last year, we've launched a small local business program, and in that time that we have launched that program, we've spent over $1.9 million. So MSD is truly committed to making sure that we work with a diverse group of businesses. We're trying to help them grow their business and to become better partners with MSD. In addition, as far as our supplier diversity program is concerned, we've spent $142 million with minority and women-owned companies over the past 5 years. So we are truly committed to making our city great by bringing people together, and this is a way to do it.
That's astounding, and some dynamic stats to go in play. I do have a question. So when you vet, let's say, the contractors and they have the partnership, is this just year to year, or are there other factors involved with that?
Well, we have projects that, range, for several months to a year. We have some projects that may last 2 to 3 years in terms of scope. So it's an opportunity for small businesses, women-owned businesses, and minority-owned businesses to come into the fold, not only to get work, number one, but to build their brand and build their companies while they're doing partnerships with prime contractors, and then they can build their business to one day they can be primes on some of the work that we're doing.
So, it's great the way that MSD brings together minority contractors with primary contractors.
Mm-hmm. The biggest thing is equity, diversity, fairness, and the opportunity that MSD does, and to make sure it's still the whole community benefits all the way around.
We'll take another break and back with more.
More than just getting from one place to another. It's healthy, social, good for the environment, and anyone can do it. We at Middletown love cycling and really love helping others discover a new passion. Stop in today and let our friendly, knowledgeable staff help you get started. We cater to beginners as well as experienced cyclists. We're a local business that cares about our community because we are a part of the community. Come in today and get on a bicycle that fits your needs and improve your lifestyle.
It's time to crack an egg.
Easy, any style egg works.
Or smile.
Well done, this looks great.
Time to share a story.
I have a great way to start our discussion.
With old friends or new ones.
When you're a caregiver.
Time to breathe in.
And count up. Good job.
Then let it all out. It's never been easier to connect, learn, and have fun.
Cheers.
So let's do it together. Come find us at aarp.org/.
Well, every year the Harlem Globetrotters come to town, and, it's always a special time because when you think of the Harlem Globetrotters, you have to think of your childhood. So take a look at this. You can tell it's January. We're in Louisville, Kentucky, and the Harlem Globetrotters are back. They're coming up on 100 years, and I'm here with Jet Rivers. Welcome to Urban Lifestylez, and welcome to Louisville, Kentucky.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Pleasure to be here.
Now, I know this has to be the ride of the century. What's it like being a part of the Harlem Globetrotters?
It's incredible to be able to carry forth such a huge legacy. Like you said, we've been around for almost 100 years, and, when people hear the name Harlem Globetrotters, they instantly think of the legends of, Meadowlark Lemon and Curly Neal. So to be able to come in and be chosen to fill those shoes, it's amazing.
And when you drop those names, those are the names that I grew up watching. Goose Tatum, that whole group. And now you, as you said, you're filling in for that legacy. What's it like? How did you get started? And when did you know that I wanted to be a Globetrotter?
Well, honestly, I never in a million years thought I would be a Harlem Globetrotter. I just wanted to be a professional basketball player. But then when you think about it, what better way to be a professional basketball player than to play for one of the most prestigious teams in the history of sports in the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters. I got my start kind of different from some people. I was just in the right place at the right time. I was playing in New York at Dykeman, and a guy came up to me, liked the way I play, and he had a connection with the Globetrotters. He asked me if I wanted to do a tryout. I went to the tryout, and here I am 8 years later.
Well, that is great. And being a Globetrotter, it's more than playing basketball. You are an ambassador. So tell us a little bit about that perspective.
Right. I think this fits me perfectly because being an ambassador of goodwill is who I am. I do work in the community at home. I have my anti-bullying program. I host camps for the kids. I do mentorship for the kids. I do motivational speaking. So just to be able to come out here and then be embraced by an organization that has the same moral values that I do is something that you can't put a price on.
And what's it like? You, as I said, you are a globetrotter, but you're putting smiles on kids' face and adults night after night after night. What's that like?
It's amazing because, from a kid perspective, I remember when I was a kid and how I felt when I went to basketball games and I saw the stars who I looked up to and saw the stars who I saw on TV in person. And I remember how I felt when they interacted with me. So to be able to interact with the kids now and see them have that same feeling that I had when I was a kid is amazing. And then, as an adult, most adults have seen the Harlem Globetrotters at some point growing up. So for them, it's coming full circle. They're bringing their kids to the game, and they're creating new memories that's going to last forever. So,
and I guess one last thing, travel. You all stay on the road. How do you find that work-life balance?
It's tough, but one is what we signed up for, and a lot of people would, rather be in our situation. So at the end of the day, we're blessed to play the game that we love. It's a lot of sacrifice because a lot of us have families at home. But, when we come out here and we put our blood, sweat, and tears out all on the court, and we make the people happy, that in turn, helps our family out. So, it's a difficult job in terms of traveling, and, but it's a blessing because it's a lot of people who would never see outside of where they're from. So I'm blessed.
So what's your next 3 stops?
That's a good question. I think we got Rupp Arena next. I don't want to say the wrong next stop, but at this point, we got it going, and we just get on that bus or that plane and we get there.
I totally understand. Now, I would be remiss if I had you here with a ball in your hand and you didn't do a trick for the camera.
I want you to do a trick. Here, hold your finger up like this.
Yeah, this never works. I'm just going
to. Is it close to me?
It never works.
All you got to do is not move. And we going to make it work.
All right.
Don't move.
I'm not. All right. So now I'm an official Harlem Globetrotters for about 6 seconds. Well, it's great catching up with you. Any final thoughts?
Well, thank you for having me, and we're just ready to turn this place out. We're going to have a great crowd tonight, and it's going to be amazing. So if you got your tickets already, be here on time. And if you don't, make sure you get your tickets so you can come see us put on a show.
Well, I would have to say the magic is still there when you talk about the Harlem Globetrotters.
When I think of Harlem Globetrotters, I think of the skill set and the talent.
Yeah. And, the players, of course, they keep changing, evolving. Of course, there are women on the team. They've got little people on the team. But it is just a lot of fun. And when you look at the kids in the audience, it's just great how they're having such a great time.
And it still reaches everybody, and it's for everybody.
We'll take another break and back with more.
It's time to crack an egg.
Easy, any style egg works.
Or smile.
Well done. This looks great.
Time to share a story.
I have a great way to start our discussion.
With old friends or new ones.
When you're a caregiver.
Time to breathe in.
And count up. Good job.
Then let it all out. It's never been easier to connect, learn, and have fun.
Cheers.
So let's do it together. Come find us at aarp.org/.
So as we celebrate Black History Month, we have 2 unsung heroes in the military.
And what's so delightful about it is usually I think, we're looking at male gender roles, but there's also female gender roles who are also climbing up the ranks. So let's just take a look. There is so much history to talk about during Black History Month, and also all the achievements that's made of those within Black history. And some of it is kind of familiar, but I want to introduce you to 2 phenomenal young people, genders of male and female, because they have achieved a lot of great success and in the profession of the armed forces. So the first person I want to introduce you to is
Paula Harrell.
And then
Gerald Eady.
Welcome to Urban Lifestyles, you all, and congratulations, because we're going to talk about your achievements that you've earned. So I'm going to start with you, Paula. Tell me about your profession in the armed services, what do you do, and the achievement that you've been granted.
Yes, so Paula Harrell, I am a major promotable in the United States Army. I'll pin Lieutenant Colonel in March. I am an acquisition officer currently assigned to Fort Knox, Kentucky, where I help manage the careers of my peers in the acquisition field with contracting and program management.
Okay. And then Gerald, you?
I am newly promoted Lieutenant Colonel Gerald Eady, currently stationed at Fort Knox from Jacksonville, Florida. Currently I am the course director of Active Guard Reserve Integration Transition. So that's what I do now at Fort Knox.
I love it. So tell me a little bit about what drew you to go into this profession of the armed services, and what do you like most?
So I'm actually a military brat. My father is a retired Army officer, and so just kind of watching him as he matriculated through his career, and just the impact that his profession had for our family, I would say as far as providing, but also for the nation. I am a post 9/11 commissionee, and so the impact of what happened on that day was tremendous for me, and I just wanted to make sure I could give back to my country.
Wonderful. And you, Gerald?
Being a former athletics was all I knew all my life. The military provided me what I was missing once I was done playing ball. And what drew me to it was my neighbor that lived across the street was also Army. And I just had a fascination with it. So when I was done playing ball, I jumped right into it. And it just happened to be during the same time as her with 9/11. So.
Okay, so along with that comes challenges. What would you say would be one of the most challenging aspects of your journey?
Wow. For me personally, balancing career and family, it's very time demanding, but I'm a mom of two. And as they have activities and sports and homework, trying to find that balance to give them what they need to be, healthy, happy young men, but still doing well at my job sometimes can be challenging.
And then most challenging for you, Gerald?
I would say balance as well, balancing family, career, and also trying to maintain my level of, sanity, along with the moving around. It takes a toll on the family. As service members, we tend to get used to it, but it takes a toll on the family. So trying to keep my hands around all of that is the biggest challenge.
And then one last question. What would you all tell, let's say you're at the recruiting table or you're out and about, how would you give the message to recruit other young people of color?
I would first tell, especially those that are interested in going to college, there are a lot of scholarship opportunities out there for young people who may not have the financial means. So ROTC scholarships are a great way to go to some really top universities. And it's 4 years at a time, so it's not something that you have to sign up for, for a lifetime. And so it's also just, a good way to learn new skill levels, learn new different jobs, and then determine whether or not you want to do it, temporarily as a stepping stone or make a career out of it.
There are so many opportunities that the military can provide you as far as job-wise, as far as education, and just experience, along with travel. So those are the things I would say look for when you're thinking about joining the armed forces.
That was a great segment, and first of all, I'd like to just simply commend them for their service.
Mm-hmm, and congratulations. And it really makes me proud because these are, African Americans who are ascending the ranks and to the top higher echelon in serving our country. And I just take my hats off to both of them.
We'll take another break and back with more.
Morning Drive is going to be the morning ride. Get the keys, let's go! Because you won't want to get out of the car when the Streets Morning Takeover is on the Ville's #1 for hip-hop.
Early in the morning.
96.5.
Well, as we said at the top of the show, we're at Middle of Town Cycling, and Nira always has some great stuff for us, so take a look. Well, we are back at Middle of Town Cycling, which is right on Bardstown Road, right behind Sullivan's Bakery, and I am here with Nira, and you've been pedaling for about 20 minutes, and you haven't even broken a sweat.
I'm not pedaling hard enough then.
So tell us, we're talking about continuing your workout, because now the weather's kind of inclement, and a lot of people haven't transitioned to outdoors yet.
Yes, so these are what they called bike trainers. Mm-hmm. So basically there's a variety of different kind of trainers that you can put your own bike on and continue to train indoors when the weather is not so warm.
Now, one thing that I like about this one is you don't have to disassemble your bike, because I know I've seen some trainers, you've got to take your back wheel off, and once you do that, I'm totally lost.
Yes.
This one, it looks like you just pull your bike in and you're good to go.
Yes, so this is for people who don't want to really mess with the settings of their bike. They don't necessarily feel the need to remove the rear wheel and mess with the gears, and then that can kind of, just put everything out of whack. This one, you literally just roll your bike in. The front over here holds the front wheel, and you basically just get on it and start riding. These are also part of the smart trainer categories. So what it is that it lets you connect to a third-party app, and the app allows you to measure all your stats, the speed, the power, the cadence, and basically gives you analytics of how hard you're training. So let me get off the bike and I'll show you how to get this bike off the trainer and put it back on the trainer.
Okay.
There you go. So very simple. You untighten this front part. This just kind of moves out of the way. It's loose, and literally all you have to do is remove your bike and you just go outside and you're ready to go.
And you didn't have to mess with any of your settings or anything?
Nope. This is what they call a flywheel. So this is the amount of resistance that you will get, and then you can connect this to a third-party app. The most popular app is called Swift, where you kind of create your own avatar, and then it will give you all your stats once you start riding.
And I notice a lot of people kind of like the Peloton, they're watching those things on screen. What's the advantages and disadvantages of those things?
It's just that those machines may cost a lot of money. Plus you got to pay the subscription fee. And plus the Peloton, for example, you have to adjust. It's not your bike. It's not your physical bike that you can just remove from the trainer and then go ride on outside. So I feel like there's a lot more tweaks that you would have to make to a bike like that. Plus it costs a lot more.
So
These are fairly economical.
So if you want to simplify your life and stay active 12 months out of the year, this is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, and a lot of people think trainers are just meant for bad weather, but training on a trainer sometimes actually helps with your riding when you're outside. So even if you just don't feel like going out, you can continue riding on the trainer even indoors and get some training done. So.
Speaking of getting training done, we're having a transition. The weather we know is breaking, and you're going to be having some rides. It's going to be starting from here on Saturday mornings, and we're inviting everybody who rides that watches Urban Lifestylez to meet us here on these Saturday mornings. And there's also going to be some discounts if you mention that you saw it on Urban Lifestylez. And tell us a little bit more about the rides.
Yeah, so we are we are along partnering with the Louisville Bike Club, and they're going to put up 2 rides this coming Saturday. I think it's February the 3rd. There's one ride that starts at 9 o'clock, and we're going to go to 4 different bakeries in town. So we're going to ride to these different bakeries, and we're going to chat, we're going to have coffee, try out some baked goods, and it's going to be a 40-mile ride, but we're going to take it very easy, slow paced. And then there's a ride at 1 o'clock that's only 20 miles, very basic entry level. Beginners are welcome. They will never be dropped, so we will continue to ride with you even at your pace. And it's just a 20-mile loop, so we'll be done by 3.
I really like the opportunity to exercise 12 months a year and really kind of just stay on your bike. And you could be watching your favorite television programs. You could probably go online and find something else if you wanted to do something that was challenging. But it's just very cool.
Yeah, I just read this article, and it was talking about one of the best forms of exercise, especially as you get older, is biking, whether you're biking outside. And so here at Middle of Town Cycling, they have the e-bikes. They've got the 3-wheel bikes that we covered. They have the regular bikes that we covered. And now you can stay inside with the stationary bike. So biking is one of the best exercises, especially as we get older, that you can participate in. Go get your bike if you don't have one and start going.
Right. And if you don't have one, be sure to stop by Middle of Town Cycling. Look for those Saturday rides. Go to their website, mention Urban Lifestylez, and get a discount. And speaking of somebody that's always doing something different, that's our child, our girl, Tyler, and she is back with more of My Swaggy Wag. So take a look.
Hello, it is Tyler here, bringing you another edition of My Swaggy Wag, and today we are talking about my new favorite obsession, and my new favorite obsession is heatless overnight curls. So I did this, no heat was involved, no flat irons, no curling irons, no wands, not even a roller, just something very simple. So take a look at this, and if you love it, try it and let me know what you think. Okay, what does the song say? I woke up like this? I absolutely did. I woke up like this with my heatless curlers in my head. That's what it looks like in the back. It's very comfortable to sleep on. It's a silk foamy roller that has some sort of wire running through it, and you just band it at the bottom. You end up with these two pigtails because you just do each side of your head, and then you take it out. I'm also going to show you how I put it in, but this is something that I have been doing for a long time now, and it is so easy because I do like to wear my hair with some sort of curl or wave in it very often. This side I did looser just to show you the variations, and the other side I did tighter, and you can see the difference. That side that is on the left came out more of like a wave, and this side you can see from the first few curls I pulled out are like more Shirley Temple curls, and they're gonna be tighter. But I did this deliberately just to show you the difference. This is the actual overnight curler. It's silk, it's cushiony, it's soft, easy to sleep in, and yeah, that's it. See, one side is waves and one side is curls. And you just put it down the middle of your head and you wrap your hair over and under, all the way through to the end. If you want a specific tutorial on how to do this, let me know and I will make it. Write me on Instagram at MySwaggyWag. And when I get to the very bottom, I do brush it out just to make sure there are no tangles. But as you can see, you can slide it up or you slide it down. Sliding it up makes it tighter, sliding it down makes it more of a wave. It's magic, right? I told you. I love overnight rollers. They really take all the time and effort that I used to put in my mornings, and I got a lot of that time right back. There's variations. This side is a little looser. It can be even more loose, and this side is tighter. So I like that you can have variation in your styling with the overnight curlers. Also, it's just easy. It's comfortable to sleep in, and it's totally worth it. Check my Amazon store. Check my Amazon store. I have it linked right there. It's worth it. Get your money's worth and get your time back. See you next time.
Well, you know, as always, Tyler brings us some great information.
From style to lifestyles.
Yeah, she seems to cover it all. And you know what? I think that's our show.
Oh, and that's our time.
And we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyles.